Looking to hire a boat? Where are you headed? Until next time.
Feel free to look around. Come talk to me when you're ready to discuss that job I mentioned. The tapestries hung here and outside were found in hideouts, where members of the Mythic Dawn would meet and plot. The cult's greatest accomplishment was the assassination of the Septim Dynasty and the opening of the Oblivion Gates. Did you have any questions about the museum, or would you rather talk business? It's no secret that my family were once members of the Mythic Dawn. One of my forefathers was even chosen to assassinate Uriel Septim himself. We hid from our past for years, became tradesmen, people of coin and influence. But I realized that the Mythic Dawn's importance, our importance, to history cannot be denied. I'll see everyone in Tamriel remember that for a moment, we held the fate of the world in our hands, for good or ill. And here you are. I hope you found the museum to your liking. They were worshippers of Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Lord of Destruction and Change. The Mythic Dawn killed Uriel Septim VII and his heirs, triggering the events that led to the Oblivion Crisis when the Daedra invaded Tamriel. All that remains of the infamous cult I've gathered in my museum. Ah, an excellent question. Mehrunes Dagon is the Daedric Lord of Change, Destruction, and Ambition. Dagon's Mythic Dawn cult killed the Septim Dynasty and opened the Oblivion Gates into Tamriel. They called it the Oblivion Crisis. A little history first. After the Oblivion Crisis, a number of groups cropped up dedicated to wiping out the remnants of the Mythic Dawn. One of these groups found Mehrunes' Razor, the artifact of Dagon. They split it into 3 fragments and pledged to keep them apart forever. That was almost 150 years ago, and the pieces are still being kept by the descendants of that group, and they're right here, in Skyrim. At least 2 of the owners, Gunzel and Draskua, are dangerous marauders, and the 3rd owner, Jorgen, I only know he lives in Morthal. Here are my notes about them. I'll gladly pay you for getting the pieces any way you can. No questions asked. The Razor is Mehrunes Dagon's personal artifact. It has always heralded bloody change and carnage. It's held many names. Dagger of the Final Wounds, Bane of the Righteous, the Kingslayer. The Mythic Dawn worshipped Dagon as a god. Having his razor would be invaluable to my collection. The razor is Mehrunes Dagon's personal artifact. It has always heralded bloody change and carnage. Good luck finding the fragments. The commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes were written by the Mythic Dawn cult leader, Mankar Camoran. He promised a paradise awaited his followers when they died, that they would be reborn by Mehrunes Dagon's side. Ah, yes, that scabbard. Notice the insignia? An Oblivion Gate. A key symbol of Mehrunes Dagon, the patron Daedra of the Mythic Dawn.
No, I don't have... I'm the oldest woman in Dawnstar. Was here when Skald the Elder was Skald the Younger. He's a fool if you haven't met him already. Thinks Ulfric Stormcloak is invincible and spits dragon fire. The people here look to Brina Merilis when they need things settled. Real firebrand going up. Wasn't surprised when she joined the Legion.
Can't sleep well. Got any ale or mead? Yeah.
Here now.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
Darling, do you remember the time when that wolf pack came clambering into town?
How could I forget? That old alpha male almost took off my leg.
Never did find out why they came sprawling into town like that.
Animals in the Pale don't need a reason to attack Dawnstar. That's just their nature.
You should quit working in the Eastern Mine. Lake Elf's no good to work for.
Lake Elf is a good man, and I'm not running out on him now.
Oh, got a bit of interest in your boss, do you?
No, not that it's any of your business.
I envy you travelers. Dreams aren't affecting anyone not from here. Yes. Ever since my mother died a few winters ago. My mother taught me. She was a bard from the college in Solitude. I hear they accept most people who apply. Sure, what can I do for you? Sure, my voice could use a rest. The Wind Peak Inn. Sure, what can I do for you? Yes.
Huh?
Our hero claims a warrior's heart. I tell you, the Dragonborn comes. With a voice-wielding power of the ancient Nord art. Believe, the Dragonborn comes. It's an end to the evil of all Skyrim's foes. Beware, the Dragonborn comes. For the darkness has passed, and the legend yet grows. You'll know, the Dragonborns come.
Need a room? Don't worry. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter. Everyone in town knows about the Black Door, and to never go near it.
Did I ever tell you about the day when
Are you
Skald
joking?
the Elder...
You just rented a room from me.
younger...
I'll show you to
I
your
can't
room.
imagine
Right this
ever
way.
being young.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was young and handsome.
Frida, you aren't saying...
I was a beauty in my day,
Anything
dear.
else you need?
Don't act so surprised.
Father, do you want to talk? About Mother?
No, Karita. I don't think I could.
I'm sure she would want you to be happy, Father. Entertaining the guests and drinking and making your lewd jokes like before.
I'm sorry. I just don't feel up to entertaining anyone just now.
Tough day at the mines. I swear the ore is getting harder to dig.
You're just getting older.
That's why I come here to talk to you. You're all heart.
Who was it that kidnapped the Jarl's son 20 years ago?
You mean Hildolf the School Splitter? Remember when we rounded up the townspeople and dragged him out of that cave?
Those were the days. I'd never seen my husband fight so bravely before.
Aye. To your husband. Divines bless his memory.
What troubles you, The entire town is being plagued by horrible nightmares. They're in serious danger, but I'm afraid there's little I can do about it. These dreams are manifestations created by the Daedric Lord, Vermina. She has an awful hunger for our memories. In return, she leaves behind nightmares. Not unlike a cough marks a serious illness. I must end her terrible influence over these people before the damage becomes permanent. I need to return to the source of the problem, to Nightcaller Temple. Perhaps you'd be willing to assist me in that regard. I've already said too much. If anyone overhears what we're saying, it could start a panic. I would simply ask that you trust me and help me end Dawnstar's nightmares. Your concerns are understandable. Trust is a very difficult commodity to come by these days. I can only give you my word as a priest of Mara that my intentions are honorable. Wonderful. My Lady Mara will be quite pleased. Nightcaller Temple is only a short walk from Dawnstar. Come, we must hurry. Vermina resides in a strange realm known as Quagmire. From her citadel at the center, she reaches forth to collect our memories, leaving nothing in return apart from visions of horror and despair. Who can say? Perhaps she collects them for display like works of art in a nonsensical art gallery. Whatever the case may be, her intentions are far from benevolent. I promised to answer all of your questions. Follow me. Follow me. It's this way. It feels good to finally have a chance to help these people. Helplessly watching them suffer's been difficult. The tower on that hill is our destination. People around here call it the Tower of the Dawn. I'm not familiar with the tower's history, but it was deserted for quite a long time before Nightcaller Temple was established inside. When the temple was active, the priests would rarely be seen in Dawnstar. They preferred to live a solitary existence. The temple has been abandoned for decades now. Ironic, isn't it? A ruin within a ruin. There's a small shrine to Mara I established inside the tower's entry hall. I was hoping to seek spiritual guidance from her. Yes, my son. What is it I can help with? Before we enter, I must warn you about the dangers that could be lurking within. Years ago, this temple was raided by an orc war party seeking revenge. They were being plagued by nightmares, just like the people of Dawnstar. No. Knowing they could never defeat the orcs, the priests of Vermina released what they called the miasma, putting everyone to sleep. I'm concerned that when this place is unsealed, the miasma will dissipate, and they'll awaken. Both orcs and priests alike. The miasma was created by the priests of Vermina for their rituals. It's a gas that places the affected in a deep sleep. Because the rituals would last for months or even years, the miasma was designed to slow down the aging process. Sadly, yes. The longer an individual is exposed to the miasma, the more the mind can become damaged. Those who've been under the effect of it for extended periods of time have been known to lose their minds entirely. In some cases, a few never awoke at all. Once we get inside, all will become... Give me just a moment, and I'll have this open. Now I can show you the source of the nightmares. Behold the skull of corruption, the source of Dawnstar's woes. We must reach the inner sanctum and destroy it. Come, there's no time to lose. priests must have activated this barrier when the miasma was released. Impossible. There may be a way to bypass the barrier, but I must check their library and confirm it can be done. I suppose there's no point in concealing the truth any longer. My knowledge of this temple comes from personal experience. I was a priest of Vermina. When the orcs invaded the temple, I fled. I left my brothers and sisters here to die. I've spent the last few decades living in regret and seeking redemption for Mara. And by her benevolence, I will right my wrongs. I still have my key to the library. Whenever you're ready, let's move on. Lore holds that the Skull of Corruption holds a constant hunger for the memories of others. The skull has been out of touch for so long, I fear it's gained the ability to reach out on its own and try to feed. What it does with these memories is just conjecture, and an argument for scholars and historians to this very day. We mustn't tarry. The skull needs to be destroyed as soon as possible. Just up here. We're certain to find more.
Kill the defilers!
Awaken and perish.
They're still here!
Defilers.
Stop them!
Kill the defilers!
You're pathetic!
I'll show you what a real orc can do.
You won't live to regret this!
I'll see you.
You're gonna pay!
Barring any more interruptions, perhaps we can locate the information I need. We're looking for a book of alchemical recipes. The tome bears the likeness of Vermina on the cover. It should be here somewhere.